one of these guys didn't have this up here before I got in here.
I was going to make a joke, but I stopped.
No, I'm proud of our guys, and I'm proud of the way they played, moving the basketball. We had 16 assists, only 17 assists, only 6 turnovers. I think that's a true indicator of how our guys are playing. They're playing very unselfish, moving the ball, and they don't care who gets the credit. That was a good team win.
What was the difference being able to kind of hang on to the lead late? You know, they made, I think, kind of one push about 7 minutes in the second half. What was the difference tonight as opposed to Saturday?
Well, I think number one, they made a couple. They closed it to, I think, 4 a couple different times in the second half. And we knew those guys weren't going to quit. John's teams never quit. They're always well coached. They're always going to defend, rebound, and move the ball. And I thought our guys have continued to learn from these situations. Unfortunately, we had, the misfortune the other night. And I thought tonight we had one play where we tried to thread the needle in the last 3 minutes down there when we wanted to move the ball and run the clock. It's still a learning process, as it is for every team, as we continue to move forward. I've said it numerous times. I think over the last 7 or 8 games, we've continued to play well as a team. I think we've shared the basketball, and we've continued to get better defensively. I thought we rebounded the ball very well early tonight. I thought there was a stretch in the second half where we didn't rebound the ball. I think that was a stretch where they got 7 on the pass. We were up 2 at the half, and they took a positive 7 rebound margin in the second half. We closed it in the last 3.5 minutes to get it to -5 for the game. I thought that was important in the outcome.
You mentioned this being a learning process. Now I think you guys have won 4 or 5. Are you kind of as far along, at this point in that process as you have been all year, you think?
Well, I think so, Troy. And I think we're continuing to progress and continuing to learn without some key components of our team. I mean, it's a process when you lose James White. You continue to progress and continue to get better as a team. You don't lose, what it was, 12-6, and just not miss it at all. And I think our guys have not made any excuses. I'm not making any excuses. I'm saying that's a credit to our guys, how they progress. And after Devontae's departure, I think we've continued to move forward as well.
Sweep these guys, given the rivalry, small thing to take pride in this season?
Well, because of the situation we were in. We put ourselves in a situation where we've got to win games to get to the tournament. I think you've seen how wide open our league is, and that tournament's going to be a heck of a tournament. And you just got to make sure that you're able to get there. And I think, tonight Troy wins at Georgia Southern. You saw what we had a situation with Georgia Southern here. I mean, anybody can win that tournament. You've got some teams that have really separated themselves in the upper 2 or 3 when you talk about Monroe, Troy, and Georgia State. Not in Monroe, Georgia Southern, and Georgia State, but I think, as we saw tonight, I think Troy won 65-62 at Georgia Southern. That's how wide open our tournament will be.
What led you to put Marique in the starting lineup tonight?
Well, we felt like we had to try to rebound the ball a little bit better. We got beat 11 on the glass up there, and I thought that was the situation. If we weren't as fortunate forcing 19 turnovers, and you and I talked yesterday, you can't go into a game expecting to create 19 turnovers. I mean, I think they had 13 tonight, but I mean, we had to do a better job rebounding the ball, and I thought we did that early with that group. We got out to a +4 rebound margin at the 12-minute media timeout in the first half, and I thought that was important.
So was it 15 points in, I think, 22 minutes? I mean, was that just a plus then? You got 7 rebounds, so led you there. I mean, was the offense production just a bonus, I guess?
No, I think so. And I mean, Mo can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a strength of his game. And he's continued to get better at recognizing those situations to drive the ball. He can't just be a straight one-dimensional offensive player and shoot jump shots. And he's gotten better.
You went right over after the game, and you signed a giant picture of your head.
Isn't that an ugly picture? Those guys love how ugly that thing is.
What'd you make of that thing?
I don't know. Those guys are great. They bring great energy to it. And I just put, you guys are the best. And they brought all kinds of positive energy down there. It's good when you have a college atmosphere like that and you've got a great student crowd. And those pipes are something. I'm kind of partial to those Pikes after being one. Those guys, Brandon Bagwell, and those guys got me in them last fall.
What did you make of Livingston? Was that big night? You know, just.
But he did, and we knew that coming in. He had 16 and 16 against Georgia Southern in their last game. So he's a first-team all-league guy, and he's a matchup problem for us. We're trying to guard him with 6'4s down there and 6'9". And same thing with Boca. When you talk about 6'10", and you saw what those guys could do when they got it in there, and our dig couldn't get there quick enough, and we couldn't get it out several times.
Coach, what do you tell your guys going down the stretch? I know we're still in the battle with that last slot in the tournament. What do you tell them going forward? Just a few games left, and especially tough road games.
We've got to continue to get better each and every time we come to the floor. I know that sounds awful cliche-ish, but I mean that's the truth. And I think this team has proven that. We're continuing to play good basketball. We're moving the basketball. We're defending. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 17 assists and 6 turnovers. And I think that's a sign of a team that's bought in. We've got good leadership. JT continues to be a very vocal leader. Gus Leeper and Dillard, those guys are captains for a reason. All 3 of those guys were unanimous captains this year.
You guys are in that 7th slot now instead of the 8th. Any sense of relief because of that?
No, I don't think at all. I really don't. We got 4 games left. We've got a huge game at Troy on Saturday. We got to take it one at a time. And we've got to try to win some games finishing up. Thanks, guys.